Today we're going to think about the legacy of the mining heritage. What has it left behind? How do we remember it today? How do we celebrate it? How do we honour all of those miners? Let's start by warming up our brains with a little activity. We're going to sort the sources. See if you can sort the following sources into primary and secondary sources. Think back to the daft idea we've been discussing so far. Can you use it to decide which ones would be most reliable and organise them on a sliding scale? Which of these do you think would be least useful? Which do you think would be most useful in terms of telling us about the mining industry in the past? What are the reasons for your ideas? Let's have a little recap. We have been able to locate and find out some key information about mines in our local area. We have used maps to consider how areas have changed over time. We have used a range of historical sources to discover what it was like to work in a mine. And we have evaluated historical sources to help solve a historical mystery. So what's our next step? We need to think about the end of mining. The decline of coal mining began in the 1960s, as more and more mines began to close. The 1970s saw disputes with the workforce, causing strikes and walkouts. By 1984-1985, the biggest disagreement over wages and pit closures signalled the beginning of the end for the industry, with only 133 mines left. Between 1990 and 2010, the pits continued to close and the industry was no longer considered viable. The last deep coal mine in the UK was closed in 2015. There is no doubt that the mining industry is a big part of our history, especially in our local area. So, how can we keep mining knowledge and heritage alive? Have you got any ideas? Have you ever heard of the Miners Gala? Have you ever been to the Miners Gala? What is it like? What happens there? Why do you think the gala takes place? Do you know the purpose? Who is it to remember? What do you hear when you go to the gala? What does it feel like? Can you describe the atmosphere? What can you see? Can you spot all the bright colours and banners and the uniforms and the way people march? Can you recognise the hustle and the bustle of the crowds? I love the sound of the crowds cheering and clapping and the sounds of the bands playing. One of the most striking features of the Miners' Gala is the march through the town with the different mining banners. Each one represents a different pit or colliery and reveals some of the key characteristics of the town it is linked to. What message do you think they are trying to convey? Are they all the same? Which elements are different? Take a look at these examples. What can you see on these banners? Who can you see? Are they the same or are they different? What's the message? Where are they going? Can you see the mining lamp? Can you see any place names? What do they both have in common? Which mining association are they from? What do you think these banners show? Who are the people in the centre? What do you think the phrase, all men were brethren means? Why might they be holding hands? Do you recognise any place names? What do you notice about these images? Do you recognise any places? Why do you think those words have been chosen? And where do you think the miner's going? And what about this banner? Do you recognise it? What story might it be trying to tell? Do you recognise any of the landmarks? Why might these specific words have been chosen? And have these colours been picked for a reason? Why have these people been chosen? How do you feel when you look at the banner? What's the important message it's trying to give you to carry into the future? Now we've looked at all of these banners, we should have an idea of what makes a good banner. A good banner should have bright, bold colours so that it is easy to spot and interpret. It needs a clear reference to the local area that it is linked to, just like the Ox Close banner has the Spennymoor Town Hall on it. It needs examples of powerful imagery to help convey its message. And it needs key words or phrases linked to the overall message of the banner. If you had to design a banner, what would you include? Your task is to design and draw your own banner that reflects everything that you have learnt about mining this half-term. It should include a range of images and words that are meaningful and show how you feel about the topic. You may want to link it to a particular mine that you have learnt about or that you can research at home. This would be an excellent opportunity for you to talk to your family members and friends who have any links to the mining community. Maybe you have contacts that take part in the gala each year who could help you with your ideas. Take the time to draw and colour these images carefully. Think about using your full template. We can't wait to see your ideas.